Klefki is now up. Oh yes, Verlis likes this. I don't know why he's so excited. Last week you were saying how much you could just wreck this thing with a Weavile.
Pretty
Right, or
much.
not a Weavile. I'm sorry, not a Weavile. It was a Sableye. Sableye, right? You can wreck this with a Sableye.
You can, but not everyone runs a Prankster taunt Sableye.
Okay.
I don't care about counters. This guy's a freaking keyring. Well, over there.
this guy.
And he will destroy anything in your way.
Okay, so he's that good. He's that good. Well, let's start where we like. It's true. Look at those base stats. They're all pretty decent.
I'm not even ready for stats. I still want to talk about Klefki himself. I saw this
He's
guy,
a key. It's a key.
It's a key that wins at Pokemon. I saw him like the little leak, and I was like, oh my god, is that a spectral keyring? This is going to be the greatest Pokemon ever. I'm using him. I didn't care.
You didn't care?
My whole thing was I want my team to be Snorlax, Dunsparce, a keyring, and the Pumpkin. The Pumpkin was released too. I'm like, I'm gonna beat you up with those guys.
That's it.
And then,
yeah.
Yeah, and then he turns out that the keyring has Prankster, which is the most broken ability next to Moody.
Definitely. Prankster always gives you what, first attack, correct?
On a status move, yeah. And then this guy, he just keeps getting better. He is one of, I think, 3 Pokemon that gets Prankster screens, or only 2. I think Meowstic and Klefki are the only 2 that get Prankster screens.
So that's because they're one of the only Pokemons, one of the only Pokemon that can learn those moves and have Prankster. So that's kind of crazy because plenty of people can learn Screen, but not everybody can be a Prankster.
Yeah, and Reflect and Light Screen, for those of you that don't know, they reduce damage by 50% of that type. So Light Screen would reduce special attack damage, and then physical damage is reduced by Reflect. So you get, before your opponent can even move, they lose half their damage.
That's pretty crazy. I see people in the chat asking what this is. We're on Pokemon Showdown. I'm usually playing Pokemon X and Y in here. I was leveling up some characters earlier, and I'm going to do some viewer battles later. However, right now, me and Verlis down there, we're talking about specific competitive builds for certain Pokemon and their viability in competitive play as well, because there's a big tournament coming up in January, so we really want to discuss what you're going to be seeing and what you may or may not see, or what's just good overall. Anyway, this is Pokemon Showdown is the website, and this is their team builder. So that's what we are using right now, and we're building Pokemon that are, not all of them are in Pokemon X and Y, but we're just building Pokemon in general because the Pokebank is coming out in 2 weeks. And for those of you that don't know what Pokebank is, that is like a program that Nintendo's making that lets you upload your Pokemon into this cloud of sorts and pull them down into X and Y. So we're going to see a lot of new Pokemon soon. I'm assuming around the 27th we're about to see about, 150 new Pokemon come into X and Y, or about 200? 250, I think. 250 new Pokemon, potentially, if they have all the sprites made and stuff. Because there's only like 450, I think, in there, right? In X and Y, I think there's only 450 Pokemon available, and there's 700 total Pokemon, correct?
I thought they already programmed all the sprites and they're just waiting for Pokebank.
Oh, really? Yeah, I wasn't sure, but maybe. I guess we'll see. Anyway, welcome back to those that just got here, and hello to any people that popped in from the front page. I didn't even know we were going to be on the front page today. That was a little bit surprising.
We're at 2,700 almost.
Well, then we're definitely on the front page. So thanks, guys. I appreciate those follows. If you have any questions, there's an FAQ below that you can definitely check out. Hope that you're enjoying some Pokemon building. We just pulled up the Klefki, and I think it's one that Verlis likes to run, so I think he's very passionate about it. Let's start at EVs like we usually do.
Okay, yes, it is time to move on to EVs. I have talked about the keyring enough for its glory.
Yes, for the glory of the keyring and Gumi, of course.
Well, maybe this is what Gumi carries around to get in his house.
That's true. This is Gumi's keyring. This is Gumi's keys. All right, so what are we doing here with him?
So I'll put 240 EVs into health.
Okay. Oh, thanks. I see a new sub just came in, so AirDap's going out to the new sub, guys. Who was it, so I can see the name? Can you guys let me know, because the chat's going kind of fast right now, and I don't want to miss anybody. All right, so I'm throwing 240 in there. Here we go, 200 and... okay, right there.
There we go.
Got it.
Yeah, this little guy...
I guess I can type. Why do I slide? I should just type it, right? What am I doing?
All right, now let's go down to that nature section off screen.
What was the other? Oh, the nature. That's right. We got to change the nature around. So he's serious right now. What should we buff and what should we minus?
We should buff defense and minus attack, special attack, one of those.
Sorry, say that again. Which one?
We can minus attack and special attack and buff defense.
Okay. Which
so
is a
nature.
It looks like timid. No, never mind. Sorry, I read that wrong.
Oh.
Sorry, not timid. Defense minus bold plus defense minus attack.
Bold or impish nature.
Okay, so we got bold as his nature. You can't see it down there, guys, but there's a little tab that lets you change the Pokemon's nature, which gives it a buff to defense and a minus to attack. So we changed it to bold. Anyway, I think it was Yowly or Tally. Thank you for that new sub, Tally Lee. Is that what it is? Tally E. Tally E is one of us. Thank you, Tally. I appreciate that.
We're almost at 3K. This is big.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's cool, guys. Thank you for stopping by. I hope that you're seeing something new on the front page here that maybe you haven't caught before, or you're just enjoying it in general. But yeah, so let's see what else. What other stats are we going to throw on this guy? So we already got him HP'd out.
So I would start throwing something into special defense.
Okay. What are you feeling like?
Give him that something. I don't know, maybe 160.
160. So we're gonna. This is gonna be a spread, right? We're gonna spread it out. 169. So we're gonna spread it out, right? A little bit.
And then we can put the rest into defense.
Okay.
Just drag it. We don't math here.
We don't math. There it is. It stopped me. Anyway, so for those of you that don't know, these are EVs. What we're doing, we're giving it EVs. So when you faint Pokemon in the wild, you get extra stat boosts from the Pokemon, but you only have a maximum of what, 500 total points? About 500 and something. What is it? 516. 512 total points that you can use to max out your Pokemon's stats. So we put 240 in HP to make this a little bit tanky, so it can take a hit or two. And then we also maxed it, not maxed, but spread it between special defense and defense.
Whoops.
510. Sorry, 510. My bad, but as you can see, here's the final spread, 250, 269, and 315. This thing is going to be tough to take down. You're going to have to hit it a couple times. I don't even know if anything can KO it with one hit.
Well, that's the beauty of Klefki. Let's start putting some moves on him. Reflect and light screen. Just do it.
That's it. Just start off right. So for those that don't know much about Reflect or Light Screen, here it is. You can read it right here. For 5 turns, physical damage to allies is halved. So you'll set it up with a Reflect and Light Screen. And for 5 turns, special damage is halved. Your team is just super defensive and tanky at this point. You can take any hits for the next 5 turns, really.
Yeah, it makes him... He's usually a 2-hit KO with his little tanky setup, so now he becomes almost a 4-hit KO.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. And then with the Prankster ability, it lets him set these screens up before anybody else. It's essentially a first move defense. That's it. You're defended in the very first second of the battle, which sucks, but that's good for you if you're on a Klefki. So what else do we round him out with?
Oh, Klefki can be mean. There's 2 things you can do. First one would be Thunder Wave.
Okay, that's what I see. Riz Khalifa in there. Riz Khalifa says Thunder Wave. Oops, Thunder Wave. It's got an E, it's got an I. What's typing, right? What's a keyboard? What's typing? What are keys? Okay, Thunder Wave, and what else do we put on him? Foul play. Oh, you like to get real dirty, huh?
Oh, I don't play nice.
I don't play nice. We need to give this key a bath. All right, so Thunder Wave, for those that don't know, is it paralyzes the target. The way paralyzing works in Pokemon, for those that aren't super familiar with it, is it takes your speed down to, what, 25%, correct?
I thought it was 33%.
Okay, it's pretty low. It drops your speed. It's pretty much going to make you slower than everybody else. And then you also have only a 1 in 4 chance of not hitting, correct? A 25% chance of paralysis and not being able to use a move?
I thought it was 50%. I don't know mechanics.
Okay. Oh, what are mechanics? I think Confuse is 50, and I think this is 1 in 4. Yeah, it cuts it by 25%. Right. So, I was thinking it's 50% this generation. It might be, actually. Mattis says he thinks it might be 50%. It could have changed this generation. From past generations, I believe it gave you a 25% chance of not attacking. Might be 50 in this generation. Anyway, we rounded it out with foul play. So uses target's attack stat and damage calculation. So if you're going up against anybody, you're going to hit him with some pretty decent damage because everyone in competitive is going to have a pretty strong Pokemon. So
yeah, the fun thing about Klefki is he can 2-hit KO some Garchomps with foul play.
Yeah, because Garchomp's an attack Pokemon. It's not special attack, correct? It's just attack. So
it's only attack. So it takes, if your Garchomp is Mega Evolved or something, has over 400 attack, they're going to be getting hit with a 95 power Dark move.
That's pretty nasty. So that's going to be pretty strong, especially when he can't even really do a lot of damage back. So Klefki can pretty much take out a Garchomp, who is one of the dirtiest Mega Pokemon in the game right now that I've seen. Garchomp with Earthquake is just GG, it looks like a lot of times. So the point, Carbon wants to know what's the point of this. Carbon, the point of this is to look at all the moves that you can put onto a Pokemon, and then you build it on here, and then you go into the game and you go, this is the Pokemon that I'm going to build. That way you don't waste your time, because in game it can be kind of annoying, like fainting Pokemon and looking for the right ability. So you find out exactly what the right build is for your Pokemon, then you go into the game and you build them exactly like this, and then you use him competitively at tournaments. So there's a big one coming up. I know I said it a couple times, but in January is the Pokemon VGC regionals, which is all over the US, and I'm not sure if they have any outside, but all over the US people will be battling every weekend in January to rank up in VGC and hopefully get that invitation to nationals at the end of the year. So that's it. And this program is Smogon. It's on not Smogon, I'm sorry, it's Pokemon Showdown. Pokemon Showdown, and it's their team builder. All right, last question, obviously, Verlis, for what we put on here, item. What are we going with, the item on the Klefki?
You could give him either Air Balloon or Light Clay.
Okay, so let's look at Air Balloon. Air Balloon, the holder is immune to ground-type attacks, pops when the holder is hit. So why Air Balloon? Is it because he's weak to something?
Since he is a Steel type, he is weak against ground. So until they hit you with, you are going to be immune for it, which is really great against Garchomp.
Uh-oh, I think I lost you for a second there. Hey, I think your audio, there you go. You're good, you're back now.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah, sorry, it was a little bit out. But what he just said, and I'll just reiterate it really fast, is that Pokemon are weak to ground moves, and so you would want to put Air Balloon on it because it essentially gives it a float until it gets hit. So those ground moves like Earthquake and stuff like that can't hit this Klefki, which will make it last a little bit longer. You're going to have to hit it with something else that it's not really going to hurt it first. And then what was the other one that you were thinking? Air Balloon or what?
Light Clay.
What was that? I'm sorry?
Light Clay. It makes
Light Clay. I don't even know if I've ever heard of that one. Light Clay.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Holder's use of light screen or reflect lasts... What? 8 turns? That's stupid. That's stupid. 8 turns. The match is over in 8 turns.
Which means you're protected that whole match.
You're seriously protected an entire battle. That's absolutely unreal. Is this available? Is Light Clay an item that's not available right now, though, in X and Y? I don't think I've seen that, so it must be a different gen.
I don't know. I think you can get it off of a Pokemon. I don't remember which one. But I haven't seen it either. But I know it exists in other gens. So.
Wow, that's crazy. Brick Break, though. They're saying Brick Break, though. Uh-oh. Quirp says Brick Break. What are your thoughts on Brick Break?
It'll break your screens, but it'll only be a neutral effective move. So I'm not too worried.
So it doesn't really hurt you that much, and you can reset your screen up at that point, or no?
You can reset it. You're just susceptible to another Brick Break. It just depends if they feel like to just keep using Brick Break. That's right. Golett and Golurk do have Light Clay, and I think... Are they available in the game right now?
You know, I don't...
Because if they are friends so far, you can thief them off... You can thief a Light Clay off of them. It's 5%.
Wow, that's yeah. Golett and Golurk drop them. Cool. Wow, it looks like they are. That's pretty dirty. I can't imagine running it.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah, I see everyone in the chat saying yes. I can't imagine running it any other way. Then that's pretty crazy. So what's your build? Is this your build, or do you like the Air Balloon better?
I use Air Balloon for doubles and Light Clay for singles.
Okay, that makes sense then. That's actually makes sense because in singles you're gonna have a lot more turns. So it's good to have Light Clay to give you more. And then in Brick Break, will it break both screens at one time, or does it only hit through one? Ouch, that's pretty nasty. But so I guess you'd have to like Brick Break with one Pokemon and then hope your other Pokemon can attack immediately after that, and maybe fire or something, a fire type move.
It would have to be a really good follow-up.
To really get rid of a Klefki quickly, you know, but otherwise that thing is going to be sticking around. I think I had a battle with Klefki where it lasted till the very end. I probably didn't win either, and it was probably the starter Pokemon, and it made it all the way to the end because they are pretty brutal. So again, that is a Klefki build, guys. Well, let's review it really fast. You can see the HP is spread to 240, defense 108, special defense 160. We're also giving it a positive defensive nature. and we're minusing its attack because Klefki is not really that much of an attacker. We gave it Reflect and Light Screen and Thunder Wave and Foul Play because it just to give it some sort of attack. It's pretty much using the user's your target's attack against it. And then since it has Prankster, it can get these 3 moves off with priority. So pretty crazy. Is there anything that gets priority over Prankster? So it's only increased by 1. So there's other moves that have 3, right?
There's few, but really it wouldn't be able to stop you. The only thing that could happen would be Snatch or getting out prioritied and knocked out.
Okay, cool.
It'd still be really hard to do.
Yeah. And then Light Clay for singles, and you might want to run, what was it again for the double battles? Balloon, right? Air Balloon?
Air Balloon. Mm-hmm.
Air Balloon for doubles, guys. That way it can't get hit by any like earthquakes or anything. So that is a Klefki. All right, chat. Thoughts on another Pokemon that you guys
well, I want to
really
say
want?
last thing about Klefki
Oh,
because I
sorry.
love it so
No,
much.
go ahead.
It is the ultimate double battle Pokemon. If you need an opener, like if you have your first Pokemon that you want to main, say Garchomp, Talonflame, Charizard, any Pokemon, Aegislash, you can put Klefki next to him, and it gets the most ultimate support ever. What my famous combo that got me famous on YouTube is my Keyblade combo, Aegislash Klefki. What you end up doing is you get into the most amazing rhythm where you set up Reflect, you set up Light Screen, and then you can Thunder Wave the opponent. Since Aegislash is really weak after using a move, since Thunder Wave makes them go last, you're going to knock them out before they can attack, which means you're safe to get back into your shield.